safety jobs. You're a spineless, pale, pathetic lot.
Tomb Guardian ball is effort. Whoa.
Somehow
Oh, you got it done! Burn a reroll! No!
I'm never gonna catch my breath. Say goodbye to those who knew me. Boy, was I a fool in school for cutting Jim. This guy's got him scared to death.
Hope he doesn't see right through me.
Now I really wish that I knew how to swing. You must be swift as a coursing river, with all the force of a great typhoon.
That's a big one.
With all the strength of a raging fire.
We're hitting
As the dark side
We're hitting with the bulk. Oh shit!
Oh no!
Time is racing towards silver hose arise. Heed my every order, and you must survive. You're suited for the rage of war. So back up, go home, you're through. How could I make a man out of you? We must be swift as a
Gets to pick up and part of the place. Have you ever seen anything like this?
With all the strength of a raging
Japsy
fire,
has-
mysterious as the dark side of the moon. We must be swift as a coursing river, with all the force of a great typhoon, with all the strength of a raging fire, mysterious as the dark side of, mysterious as the dark side of, mysterious as the dark side of the moon.
Hey everybody, Ella here, bringing you back to kindergarten. We have shapes and colors again because I'm once again joined by True Blue, and
How's it going, everybody?
we are happy to bring you One True Path, a crazy chaos team against the Night Elf Brohawks, a dark elf team, and should be a lot of fun. So let's start off. Just take a quick glance at the teams. I'm looking at One True Path now, and I mean they're terrifying. I'm really hoping this isn't going to be another Night Elf snuff movie like the last couple of games, but there's a lot of tackle, there's a lot of Mighty Blow Claw, there's a piling on. This team is scary, so I fear for any elves who have to face them.
Yeah, so the
James
thing
Typhoon,
that-
of course, is the first place finisher in Div 1 in the Big O, so obviously strong contender for the win here.
Yeah, I think he's definitely the person that everybody is going to be expecting to win here. Finipper is the really good killer, but that being your only palm piece, and that's on a movement 5, it means that the Dark Elves, I think, can potentially outposition it to where they don't have to like put good players in position to get palmed every single turn. So that's one
Absolutely.
thing that I notice.
Yeah,
But there's a
that'll
lot
be
of
what they
strength
try to do.
ups. But there's a lot of strength ups. There's core agility ups, and I think this is just a really, really good team. Like this, knowing that James Typhoon is a good coach, and then seeing this team, it's just like obvious of why he finished in #1 in Big O.
Yeah, it's a very strong team. And Auburn Wings, probably, given that he's got, 80 less SPP than the next lowest Chaos Warrior, he probably died recently and was replaced. That'd be my guess.
Yes.
All right, so now let's take a look at the Night Elf Brohawks.
This is the team I'm really excited to see.
I love Dark Elves, they're my favorite team. And I love to watch them be played well. And this team is gross. 2 strength for witches is amazing, even if one of them's armor busted, whatever. She's already squishy. The blitzers are amazing. I love Blodge Step. I love this Mighty Blow piling on jump up guy. He's just like the killer of my dreams. I have a guy who wants to be him.
Yeah.
He has Mighty Blow and piling on, and he just needs the levels, and he can be this amazing if he doesn't get murdered. Uh,
Oh, he's gonna get murdered.
I know. So as teams go, the ball carrier is great. I like the Agi 5 with the fend and sidestep tackle, and he's a good attacker too because fend keeps him safe and tackle. So anyway, I like this team. It'll be fun to watch.
Yeah, this is a team that is really, really fun. And then the thing about Rarar here is that I believe, don't quote me on this, I believe he went 12-0-0 before he lost in the final week. So he almost had a perfect season.
I don't know which game it was, but that seems like a likely story. Rar, of course, finishing first in Division 4C of REBBL, and his record was 12-0-1. So it's quite possible that that last loss wasn't his last game.
Yeah, and then I'm just waiting for the good old Luke message of Rel 6, almost 7, G-Man 4. I love that. Yep. Yeah, there we go. I love it, Luke. I love that's how your entry is to every stream.
Hey, Minamo. Hey, Luke. Welcome to you both. And yeah, so I think that covers it for the teams. I'm going to get out to Cabal TV and start hitting search.
All right, this game should be going live any second now.
It absolutely should be. Our timing is much better this time.
Yes. Let me message Rarar and see.
Yeah, it's not up yet. I had a good day so far today. I successfully won my clan game.
Nice.
It was exciting to me. Although he kind of gave up on the ball and decided he just wanted to murder my players. There was lots of fouls. He fouled me 6 times and got sent off 4. And he didn't do any damage.
There's other times where I think I just fell enough fouls. I want to prove it to the ref that I don't care what he does. And I'm gonna do what I want.
It was kind of like that.
Yeah, like I've had those games.
Well, we'll see if that streak continues, huh, Luke? I want to see some Nurgle in the finals again. That was fun. Last Superb Owl, but I want to see them win this time. I'm gonna put my money on Synergy.
All right, you're gonna put your money on Synergy.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is about the Nurgle in the finals, it's just like I could not root against Archangel just because he's such a nice guy.
Yeah, I mean everybody deserves it. I think there's a lot of really good players headed up there, and it'll be fun to see what happens.
Yeah. Well, I should clarify. Archangel is a really nice guy until he dices me when I play against him, because it happens almost every time.
Yeah, I know that feeling. I'm just waiting for the backlash against my Nurgle teams because they've been performing very well their last couple of games.
Speaking of Nurgle teams, I did not have a chance to catch Random Boy versus Luis Giano today.
Oh, I didn't either.
I want to watch that game.
There's lots of cool ones coming up now that we're into the second half.
All right, and Rarar just sent me a message. They are in inducement phase now.
Sweet. We will have a game for you all shortly. There's a very small
that's
TV
assuming that they
difference.
make it there. I think if they make it there, that'll be the hypest match of all time, especially for Big O. But they have to both make it there.
That would be really cool.
Like, there would be so much riding on it that I think that all of Big O will literally just turn up for that one.
We'll get to see
And
who's
then-
the best for real, Chaos or the followers of Papa Nurgle. I think that Nurgle is the edge that Chaos needs.
All right. Aurora just sent me another message, and inducement phase is finished.
Cool. Well, I'm hammering the search button, and as soon as it pops up, I will be on it. I get to see that Steak is now 2.2 up with his ridiculous Goblin Imperium team. While I'm trying this search. Where's the game?
It takes a second to load in.
Yeah, I know. And then they have, if maybe somebody's like watching the team lineups or something.
Well, it should load you in even if they're watching that, I think, right?
No, that's before kickoff.
Oh, so it doesn't let you load in until after kickoff?
Yeah.
Well,
It,
I had
it
no idea.
yeah, it waits for the first actual event. Oh, I'm gonna go out and try again. All right, it's still not up yet. That's okay. But yeah, I think it waits for the first like actual event before it starts a replay. I don't know why. I mean, there they are. Cyanided. They do what they want in the programming realms.
All right, well, the One True Path and Night Elf Brohawk
Let's
facing off.
do
This
it.
should be a great one.
It should be. All right, so the elves are on defense. No telling who it is who won the flip to cause that to happen. I think pretty much either
I will
team.
rewind for you and tell you.
That'd be awesome. We have a babe on the chaos side.
Man, they're
As-
really scared
Yeah.
of this killer.
And we have +1 fame on Rarar's side. So, fairly even there, I think.
That's actually not surprising because Rarar has 14 fan factor.
He does. That was a surprising thing that I noticed looking at those team summaries.
All right, well, that's because he had such a phenomenal season.
Yeah, when you win 12 games in a row, it's hard not to rack some of that stuff up.
Yeah. And then, so Night Elf Brohawk won the toss. They chose to defend.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not surprised. I pretty much expected it to start this way regardless of who won the toss. Because I know the Chaos are just going to want to beat up the Elves.
Yeah. And looking at it currently, a Witch Elf, Strength 4 Witch Elf is exposed as a Blitz target.
It is. She is. And there's a Mighty Blow Chaos Warrior standing by, ready to consider her as a target as well.
Yeah, so you could use Shawnee, who is a Strength 4 Goat, and you could just get a very easy 2-die on her.
That is disgusting. Let's see if he sees it. Because I would definitely want to take a shot at her, especially since the Goat's got tackle. Oh.
He does notice this, and he's putting in his sides a little bit more.
Interesting.
So
it's a bit of
the
an
Witch Elf is still available to get Blitz, but he has to commit a lot more to it,
Yeah.
which I don't think he'll be willing to do since Shawnee is AV7.
Yeah. I think that you're probably correct on that. He'll probably hold him back for safer duty for the moment. Let's see how he sets up.
It's so weird going into an elf game where they don't have a wizard.
Yeah.
It seems like all the playoff games, all the elf teams have a wizard, and then it seems like half of them just fizzle out immediately.
Oof. High standards to live up to in my next season.
Yeah, just have lots of fizzling wizards. Unless you're playing against me, because my wizards against me rarely fizzle.
I've seen some pretty amazing wizards so far at this playoffs. I have been shocked at how people have used them and how well they've worked, and in a couple of cases how poorly.
Yeah. Speaking of really good wizards, there was a wizard against James Typhoon last week, in which killed a Strength 7 Movement 4, not Strength 7, a Movement 7 Strength 4 Goat that was about to be leveled up and become like the best frenzy piece to ever live.
We get a high kick for the One True Path, sending their Agi 4 to the side of the field to try to catch it. Pretty good idea, even if he drops it off, it's a touchback, but probably the worst result, he fails and it doesn't go out.
Yeah.
So that goat is going to get a talking to in the locker rooms.
So the one thing that I don't like personally, but I know some people don't mind, I don't like having a loner being the bodyguard. I'd rather have it be someone that can use a reroll if there was a lot of pressure on the ball.
I can see it both ways. I don't hate having a loner back there. I think that the way that this... Ooh! Unexpected injury right off the line there. Rookie elf lineman now already off the team.
Yeah,
At least
Clint
for
the
this.
second
Oh,
was
dear.
just like, remember me, Auburn Wings. Remember me.
There we go. That was not what you want
That
to
was
see
some
as the Dark
removals.
Elf. Yeah. we're going right in the middle after this large movement blitzer, and we don't get him down, which is disappointing. And now the killer's exposed, although he has strength 4.
He has strength 4. He has guard that he can place right there.
Yeah.
You can put the 30 player kick to the left a little bit to also help create a screen.
Yeah, he should be okay. And then we try to pick up the ball. Don't even need sure hands. Agi 4 is amazing.
So I'm going to be interested to see who Rar decides to target because he does have an amazing killer and he does have the Witch Elf.
Yes, this will be very interesting. The first turn of defense, I think, is always the most decisive with Dark Elves.
It's the one that sets the tone for the game, really.
Yeah.
Where you're looking at it, it's just like, do I just take a quick pot shot, set up a elf screen, or do I try to get in the backfield and flood with pressure?
Yeah, and I could very easily see him do either of those. We could blitz this rookie goat in the right-hand field and send at least 4 elves around and maybe get in front of the ball, keep it away. But it is being carried by an Agi 4, and there is another Agi 4 who could conceivably catch it. So that doesn't always rule out a passing play when they're ready for it.
Yeah.
So I think the alternative of going heavy on the front here, like he seems to be doing, is absolutely a good idea. We're going to POW that guard, but we don't get a POW. Our killer is disappointed. No blood for him this turn.
That's unfortunate. You'd love to get a sniper shot off and successfully do it. But with the way that he pushed him, you're allowing a free hit on one of your players. That's a bit scary, even if it is against non-tackle.
Well, he can hit them. He can hit the goat.
Oh, you're right.
He pushed him into an extra hit. He's just not going to take the no block against block until after attacking the ball. And that is the piece to do it with. Gainus, the level 6 blitzer. He is absolutely amazing. Movement 8. Doesn't care about getting knocked down. That guy makes a great receiver and a great attacker. And we are attempting to get between the ball and the team, and this looks like a pretty effective way to do it. Putting that Agi 4 or Agi 5 a little bit at risk there, I think.
Yeah, it is putting them at risk, but you got to do something. And I love creating a little bit of pressure, and you just give James Typhoon something else to think about. He can't only just go murder, murder, murder.
Good point. And we do get that second hit on the guard. And he goes down. And he's injured. So, Dark Elves returning blood for blood there. That is a great removal.
I don't think you can apothecary this as
No, you
James
can't.
Typhoon.
It's too early and he's too... Ooh, he is playing aggressively.
Disagrees.
He wants to win this here and now, and he's willing to risk his players for it.
Gotta
gotta-
checking that he does not have an extra apothecary. He does not.
No, that was definitely his only apothecary. That was very bold. You know, I like it. I like the bravery of that play. We'll see if it pays off for him. I wouldn't do it. I'd be worried that my precious pixels would die. Alright, so the Dark Elf attackers find themselves, you know, as expected, completely surrounded by chaos now. Which is good, because it's going to divide the chaos up. I guess the ball is going to blitz himself free. Seems to be the plan here.
That's still a risky play.
It is. It's a very risky play. I just don't see an alternative to that now that he's moved some of his pieces.
Yeah, this is kind of the reason why when I want a bodyguard, I don't want it to be a loner. That way I could do something a bit riskier and
like
have the
blitz that
ability
guy.
to reroll it. Well, there's actually no diving tackle on Gainus here. Just the way that you pronounce that name, but so you could just do a 2+ dodge away and invest a reroll and not have to worry about that being your blitz. Yeah,
All right, so we're just
So-
gonna blitz. All right, we're offering up our claw palm chaos warrior as bait to distract the elves from reinforcing their friends. I think that's what's going on there. Giving
Well,
a
the
guy
thing
a
is that
shove.
you can hit that player, and you're still getting to where you want to be as the Dark Elves.
Absolutely.
Am I wrong?
No, you're not. I think I think that there was something inside of him that couldn't allow him to waste his blitz. He had to try to hit somebody.
Yeah.
And I don't think he thinks the Dark Elves are going to foul in this particular situation, especially not a Chaos Warrior. So maybe he felt a little bold about going up there and then palming.
I don't think I would palm. I think that'd be way too risky, especially when there is an unleveled lineman right there. You always got to assume that the Dark Elf or the Elf coach doesn't mind fouling.
Yeah, it's
So
always
you
a
can't just be
possibility.
reckless.
But instead,
Like if
he's
you've
just
played
going to
them
get
before,
get blitzed with this piling on blitzer, which is also really good.
yeah. But if you played the Dark Elf player or any Elf player before and they don't show an affinity for fouling previously, then you can be a little bit more reckless. But
Oh,
if,
and he gets him. You are
come on,
absolutely
Finipper,
correct.
go down.
Nipper one shoe, taking a hit. Nothing yet. You gotta pile that on. You gotta take that chance to get rid of that guy, don't you?
I think he wants to. I think he's worried about a potential foul.
Oh yeah, here we go. Into the Matrix. Stomp on his crotch.
7
Nothing
into 7.
happens. Oh, such a disappointment. Such a disappointment, Ermiel.
He would have crapped out. That's unfortunate.
Alright, well, we're gonna try to make it as hard as possible for him to hit anybody. Tackle kicking in and preventing that relatively unlikely dodge.
He's thinking about it.
Ooh.
I agree with this reroll. I like it.
I don't like the
I don't
snake.
like the result.
Oh,
I
and
don't
he's
like the snake
injured.
at 11.
He fell on his neck. What a dumbass. He smashed his hand in the fall, and he
That's
is
Apothecary.
Apothecary. You want us to kill him instead? Thanks, Apothecary. No, we'll take the smashed hand. All right, well that's a dangerous piece to have missing now. So I think things are becoming difficult for the Dark Elves.
Things are becoming difficult for the Dark Elves. They have a free hit with tackle onto a Blodge Stepper.
Yeah, this is all very bad suddenly. That snake into injury is like unimaginably bad.
Yeah. There's also a world where you can blitz Syrian, and then you can do a jump up claw palm hit onto the other lineman that's unskilled. You can kind of take the right hand side of the field, which you don't like initially, but there's not enough Dark Elves to stop you from going back to the center next turn on turn 4.
This is the scary thing as elves when you start being so many men down that you're gonna get bullied even if you put everyone together. Hey, keep it cool, Preacher 5000. Welcome to the stream.
All right, so hyper control is in full effect.
It absolutely is, and we're gonna control this elf here. We just control him safely to the ground and we don't injure him further.
Yeah, this is all calculated.
Oh yeah.
This jump up hit that we're talking about, nothing.
Nipper, disappointing, not drawing any blood yet.
So I wouldn't be surprised without an apothecary to see a foul here onto that guard piece.
I think that is entirely possible.
You have the dirty player that's in range.
You do. And it would help keep that ball even safer.
Yeah. The only thing you worry about is never mind, you don't worry.
Yeah, no,
You worry about getting the back right hand of the screen because you have to get it knocked down with 3 toes to get it effectively.
Yeah,
It doesn't look like he's going
no
for the foul.
I'm shocked. That's a guy that I would definitely want to foul. All right, and sidestep gets him probably somewhere safe.
A Paradox is having an identity crisis at the moment. All right, we see the GFI. Death Lord does not claim its due just now. It's still satisfied with the 1 elf.
Yeah, whew, that was quite an elf to have go down, too. Oh, and he's armor busted. That's why. He slipped and fell and his armor didn't cover his hand properly.
The thing is that he rolled an 11
Wow.
to break his armor. That would have broken a tree.
Here I am trying to give him back some of his dignity.
No.
You're just throwing cold water on that.
Am I throwing cold water on it, or am I just like pouring salt in the wound?
Yes, both.
Okay.
Cold salt water. It's like falling into the ocean when you're already cold. I don't even know what we're
All right.
talking about anymore. These Dark Elves are considering very hard what they're going to do next, and really they have to because these Chaos are scary at this point.
Yeah. One player I would like to potentially see targeted would be the Strength 5 Chaos Warrior, and you can do it with your Strength 4 Witch Elf.
You could. I'm not sure if we're going to see that. Oh, looks like
I
we
think
are.
we are, because we could do that, and then if we get the knockdown there, we could set up for a jump-up hit onto the Claw Palmer.
And we can do this 2 into 2 if we don't get him down in the first go. But we do.
You're going to push him back to the right.
Yeah.
No break, that's a tad unfortunate, but then you set up for an assist because you want to go after that Claw Palmer.
Here we go.
I like the synergy in the blitz and the jump up here.
Me too. Jump up is an amazing skill. That's like another Claw Palmer not being able to do his job. Gotta be disappointed in that outcome. And now I guess we just try to dodge this guy off the cage so he doesn't get his face murdered.
Yeah, and then if you fail the dodge here, as much as it sucks, I don't think he can afford to reroll.
I wouldn't. Yeah, I would accept it if he falls down, but he doesn't. So I think this is probably as good as the Dark Elves could have hoped for that turn to go.
Yeah. And I just said just a little bit ago, you only have 8 players. You can't really stop them from going back to the middle. Well, you have a line of 4 players, essentially.
Yeah.
You kind of stop them from going back to the middle, so they're going to go down the right-hand side, or they're going to try to fight you.
Yeah.
Which either one you kind of like as the elves, because you can disengage fairly easily.
It seems that way, Minamo. The way that this game has begun, it's I'm getting horrifying flashbacks.
Reroll.
More pushes, even more pushes. Very disappointing. Nobody dying.
But that's exactly what Rara wants.
Oh, absolutely.
This changes what Typhoon has to do, because now with 4 turns to score, you can take possibly just a pot shot and then reset up to make it so that way they have to fight through an elf screen now, where
Yeah.
they have the time limit.
This is exactly what the Dark Elves want. So he's got him right in the little box that he wants him to be in, and he only has 3 people in contact, and they all have dodge, I think. So, oh, one of them doesn't.
No, he has jump up.
Yeah, but that's okay. He's probably going to be hitting somebody at some point.
Basically, that's one of your safest blitzers.
Yeah.
If you want to do something, you have to dodge him out to get a blitz off. And I think that might be what you consider, but you don't like doing that just because the Witch Elf is in a bad spot, just because Frenzy Traps exist due to all the guard that's in this game.
Monkey chunks. It was a greedy control reroll. He was trying to control that elf, and he really wanted it. And we see Rara again, considering his options. I like taking some time to see exactly what's going on before you start moving. It helps you not forget what's going on. But you don't want to waste too much time, because I have made some pretty silly errors in that last-minute panic.
Well, I think there's a little bit of analysis, paralysis by analysis is what people like to call it, where you overanalyze things and you just don't do a simple action that would be good 99% of the time because you're looking for that perfect play.
Absolutely. I agree with you completely. And the movement has begun.
So this is a 2-1. You get the knockdown first. I like the target.
Yeah, this seems to be wise.
Mighty Blow is not firing for
No,
Rara.
for nobody really. It was just the floor that hurt people.
Well, the first turn, the Chaos did
that's
some
true.
hyper
But that
control.
was that Mighty Blow on the line there, or was that just a regular blow?
There was a Mighty Blow hit from Clint the second, and then there's the Claw Bomber
Right.
that got KO before he even had to bomb.
Glad somebody's been watching this game.
So the hard part is now, with that being the strength 5, it kind of makes that blitz that you just did. You have to overcommit if you want to do something better, or you have to dodge the Witch Elf away, or you just use the Witch Elf as kind of like a pivot point, or will time people down in the backfield here, which you don't like. But it looks like that's what RAR has to do in this particular situation.
Yeah, you never like having to use them in that way, but that's their job. So
Yeah.
they volunteered. I mean, they might have volunteered under coercion. It is James Typhoon's Chaos team was 1930, and
Then he had a loner, so it's 1990.
okay, and RAR is 2060. So it was less than 100 difference, which means that it's just one babe is the inducements at work here. And yeah, it's one of those weird situations where the kill chaos is down TV to the elves. I know, isn't it, Preacher? As we said before, James Typhoon, first place finisher in Big O Division 1. And RAR first place in one of the RELs. I think it was, I forget.
He's one of the 4s.
Yeah, 4C, I think. So both strong contenders. No damage on those.
Yeah, and with no damage, you're kind of coming to a point where you have to consider potentially just doing the basing and forcing a dodge away.
Yeah, I mean,
and
they're
when she's not doing that, this is falling right into RAR's plan. Next turn will be turn 6, and that's when you have to think about starting to set up scoring threats.
Yeah, next turn is when the Chaos go into panic mode if something doesn't go wrong for RAR on his turn. So he's definitely owning the momentum. You're absolutely right.
He's trying to get a bit centralized. He hits a POW on Dokken against Celerina.
Oh, and it's an armor break, and it's a KO'd Witch Elf. Well, that babe is on the wrong side to help her.
I'd be shocked if it wasn't armor break, considering that was the AV6 one.
Yeah. You never know. I just watched a bunch of Nobblers get fouled and not die, so.
Well, that's Noblars. Like,
There are miracles
they're
every
sneaky
day.
strong.
They squeak pathetically, and you don't actually want to kill them. That's how they've survived so long.
Mhm.
So,
Well,
despite giving up that armor break and getting the KO, the Chaos is not really in the best position here.
No, he actually has 2 good shots on the Chaos Warriors here. It kind of sucks that you're hitting AV9, but if you move the Blitzer, that's the sure hands, straight down south 1 square,
Yep.
you put the guard in between the 2 Chaos Warriors, you can hit with Gainus, and then you can put in the kick player, do a blitz with a Earmail onto Rasputin. You can knock both of those players back. You can even put potentially... No, there's no sidestep that you can use because it has gone out.
Yeah. Sadly, the
using the other
sidestep
one
is
to
gone.
hit.
But still, you're absolutely right. Attacking those 2 Chaos Warriors is a great plan.
Yeah,
And I wholeheartedly
because
endorse it.
you're just going to be doing something to the point where you can just kind of pincer where they want to go. You could do the same thing. You just have to move the kick player into where I said to move the blitzer. Because you do need that extra assist, or else it will be a 1 die. Steak Mittens is in chat. Welcome, Steak. We see the knockdown.
No damage,
follow.
and he doesn't follow. Kind of a scary place to pile on. So, Steak, welcome. I'm glad that you are taking steps to not die of the heat. Steak, of course, from Canada, where it does not regularly get to be 110 degrees. Whereas
Yeah.
I live in the desert, so I'm used to it. But I can still have sympathy. Alright, so the second hit gets him down, but no armor break. But you can't really expect that on the AV9.
So the blitz is going to be onto unskilled lineman, gets knocked down. No break, which is not what you want to see because you can't really go too far forward to protect it as much.
Even if
The
that
ball.
guy is strength 4. Yeah.
And then you also have to worry about putting yourself in a position where the witch can surf you because she is strength 4.
Which is terrifying. Strength 4 witches are absolutely freaking amazing.
It depends on where you're from. I'm from a desert, so no.
Yeah, me too. So, southwest or in some parts of the south, you don't get a lot of humidity. But for most of the south and everywhere central and the northeast, it's
and
quite humid.
Upper West Coast,
And-
Northwest as well.
Yeah, Seattle and Washington and Oregon, they get humid. California's nice. The desert doesn't get humid. That's why I live here. Not just one
You could-
preacher, 2 strength 4 witches.
Yeah.
One of them
is
one of them's
KO'd
just
now.
having a nap. But there are 2 strength 4 witches on this dark elf team. Yeah, isn't that disgusting? She's
So this
and they
ball
both
is
rolled
very
strength as their
surfable.
first level up too. Yeah, I mean, when you say very,
You have to do dodge, yes, but it's surfable. I believe it's going to be a 5-up dodge, which you can get 55% of the time. So more likely than not, you're going to be into a position where you can surf. Palm does a thing.
it does. It does indeed. MNG on Syrian. That's the guard. That's gonna burn. You need your guard as Dark Elves against Chaos. The strength differential is just so big. Anything that you can do to narrow that gap is important. So losing that hurts quite a bit.
That does make it almost it makes it a 6-up to try to go for the surf.
Yeah, I don't really see this ball getting hit next turn. It's too risky, especially given the casualties that you've suffered already as the Dark Elves. You don't really want to put a witch in there, at least not this turn. Try to get in front of it instead is what I would do. That
This
reroll
ball
there
is
was
now safe.
big.
Yeah, if he missed it, then the surf play is still potentially on. If Rar really wanted it, so James Typhoon was just saying you don't even have the chance.
Right, and also it helps keep all of his pieces protected to get that guy there to keep them from moving around as freely.
So what you could do is if you're feeling frisky and you don't want to get claw palmed all the way, you could go for a hit and then on the Rasputin, because it's going to be hard to get in front of this at this point. And then you could just go for the foul Finipper.
I wouldn't hate that. Finipper is definitely one of those pieces that are worth risking a Dark Elf player to foul.
If you don't break his armor, he's just going to step on you next turn. Just remember that, Rar. He remembers that.
I'm really disappointed that we didn't see him pile on. I mean, I know that there were very good tactical reasons for it, but I'm still sad.
He just wants to get an elf screen in the way, is what it looks like.
I'm a big fan of this. You're forcing him to attack your line one more time to get through, and you're creating a situation where many things can possibly go wrong. And you take full advantage of the skills that your players have. So, I'm a fan of an aggressive defense like this.
pinning the dirty player. I love it. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. I assume that you want to have, this player go through first. Be the front of your screen. Exactly. So that way the Witch Elf isn't the front of your screen, because
Yeah.
that feels terrible.
Even when she's strength 4, you don't want to do that to her. Even if this is the one that still has all her armor on.
So I know that Rarar has been hemorrhaging players at this point, but I wouldn't hate seeing Limnal, the lineman, in the back here. I think this... Are you going to go for a 1-turn or not? That's what you have to decide right here. Okay, he's saying defense is more important than 1-turn. That's the second snakes after he invested a reroll.
That's brutal. Rarar made good choices. Those snakes just came and bit him, and there's not a lot you can do about that when it happens.
Yeah.
You're just trying to make it as least awful as possible, and he got the rest of his screen into place. He definitely ordered his turns well. That snake was brutal. At least this one didn't die. I would never take plus AV on a Witch Preacher because plus movement is amazing on a Witch. A movement 8 Witch, especially once she has... Holy shit,
dead.
that's a
The
dead...
apothecary is gone.
That's dead. That's straight up dead right there. That's the Palmer. You cursed him.
Clint the second has dominated this game. He got the first Kaz, he killed the Palmer.
That's just amazing. Wow. All right, this... wow. That hurts my heart.
Hyper control.
He just got controlled into the graveyard. Hey, Dory. Dory's rooting for chaos. Yeah. Well, that's what's happening. So, again, what is it with me and casting these snuff films? This is ridiculous.
I was just about to say the same thing. Like, the last 2 times that we've cast, it's just been absolute murder fest. I don't know what it is. L, apparently you endorse it because you keep on doing it. I don't do it as much as you do.
I love death.
Yeah.
I play this game for the death. You can clip that if you want. That's not super creepy or anything.
But so let's take a look at your graveyard. Well, not your graveyard, just your injury box. You have unskilled lineman. Who cares if he goes out? He's on the line of scrimmage. You have your Agi 5 Blodge Step Vent.
Who fell on his hand and broke it, and he's now out for 2 weeks.
Yeah. You also invested the apothecary on him.
Yeah, and
Well, it was either that or death.
Yeah, the apothecary said he could miss the next game or I could kill him now.
Yeah, the miss next game onto your dodge guard lineman.
That's just painful. And then to
big
have
one.
the killer brutally murdered, he's probably just crying. I mean, he spent the last 45 seconds crying, and just now he's looking at the board and deciding how to use his turn.
Well, that's the hard part, is that when you're playing in playoffs, it's just like, it sucks, but you got to move on if you want to have a chance at the championship.
Yeah, I mean, technically he could still win, although that...
He's going to be severely hampered next week, but there's still a possibility.
Absolutely. You just hope you roll enough to replace him before the next game.
Speaking of, what was his money situation coming into this game?
I don't know. I did send you the picture, though.
90K.
Yeah, so he's fine. All he needs to do is just not roll a 0.
Just not roll 0.
Yeah, just don't roll 0 gold. I mean, he's got spiraling expenses.
He could do that. Yeah, spiraling expenses.
He does have the
really
fame, though.
poorly.
He does have the fame, though, so he will make a little cash off that as a bonus, even if he doesn't win.
Yeah. You might be trying to put the... Are you going to go for a potential sack here? I don't think you can. I think you might just be going to try to get the Rookie Beastman off, and then you start tagging from any side possible.
Yeah, I think his plan is just to make James roll as many dice as possible.
This is a 2-1.
Very brave. All right, she finds the POW.
Can Clint die?
Revenge, but it's just a stun.
I saw the armor break and I'm just like, did I just call this?
I know, right? But that does make the balls situation a little less pleasant. I mean, she's just gonna get blitzed. She's not sidestep, and wrestle kind of works against her for this particular job.
But you always want to force dice because what if it is a quad skull?
Exactly. That is always the thing that you need to be thinking.
There was a game recently where I was in a terrible position defensively, and I'm just like, I'm gonna put this guy here. I'm not expecting much, but to blitz him off, he has to do a block without block. So what if it's a 1 in 81?
Mm-hmm.
And then a 1 in 81 happened.
Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah, that's how I do it too. It doesn't matter how unlikely it is. You want to both guard against it, and you've got that as an option. Oh, and another
been an amazing
failed
skill.
dodge. Yeah. And he stuns himself to the ground. MVP of this game. Clearly, the Chaos spent some of their inducement money on bribing the ground to hurt these Dark Elves. And it is agreeing with that deal.
It always feels rough when you're playing against both your opponent and something else. And in this particular game, it is the ground.
All right, and the witch
Oh,
is
that's,
injured. That's close the book on these Dark Elves. They're in survival mode now. MNG.
Yeah. And you know how I just said you have to figure out a way past it?
Yeah.
That means 3 of your players that are surviving it, 3 of your leveled players, are missing next game. Like, so even if you get through this game, it's going to be brutal to even win in the final 8s.
It is. So I think that we may see Rarar choose to try to not lose anyone and still dish out some damage, whereas I don't think he's going to go all out anymore.
Maybe he looks at this, like I say how some people should look at it. KOs don't even give it up.
Oh, God. Yeah, so I'm sorry everybody who wanted to see the Dark Elves do something, but
Here's your 5 players, sorry.
yeah.
Let's see what they can do. The fact that they can only get max 7 is ridiculous. That hyper control is hyper.
Yeah, no, they definitely got controlled. They got seriously controlled.
So what do you see happening for Rarar to potentially win here? Because I don't see a win condition.
Give me a minute. I'll think of something.
Okay. Is it going to be a sarcastic answer or a real answer?
No, I mean, I've been in this situation before, and you never want to count the elves out, because if you start not paying full attention, then they'll sneak past you. I mean, if he gets his KOs back, then he has a decent chance, especially if he gets, like, I don't know. He has a chance. Not a good one, but he can still do it.
All right, so the win condition I'm seeing is specific, but it can happen where if you score with your 7 elves, presumably you're also going to lose some, and that assumes that you're going to get all your KOs back up. But if a pitch invasion happens, where you have the fame advantage, it might be able to give you a chance.
Yeah, any kind of a strongly favorable kickoff event.
A blitz might be really, really good as well.
I mean, you're the one who gets to hit them. I'm not sure what kind of decisions are being made here. You've got 5 elves, and you're on offense for 1 turn. I mean, unless you're worried about a riot, but even then they can't score on you, so the worst that's going to happen is you might get punched.
Yeah.
There you go. Just hit those 2 goats as hard as you can. Kill that dirty player just to remove that threat. Hit the other one. Who cares about the ball?
If you get 3 removals, all of a sudden it helps.
Yeah, I mean, hitting all 3 of these goats, they're all AV8. And then maybe you have a chance. Perfect defense.
Perfect defense.
So, or you could just get shot in the head. Because now
right,
all the
so
Chaos
let's
Warriors...
see the guard stack, yeah.
Yeah, now all the control is going to come out, and the world is over for these elves.
He probably won't hyper control it with all the guard going to the line. He doesn't want to risk a random break.
Oh, you think he's... Yeah, alright, you're correct. He's just not going to let him hit those goats as easily.
Yeah. Which you can still hit.
And the ball lands
All
in the
the goats?
backfield, lonely and forgotten. Let's take a moment to consider.
Press F for ball. Is
Yeah.
that what Hep would say?
Yeah. Unique angle for viewing the game. Over the lonely ball in the back corner of the field as a bunch of people are going to die. Oh, here we go. The action has begun. We're going to kill that dirty player. I don't hate it at all.
You follow.
Of course you do. You swear
Now
softly.
You hit with the, now you hit with the block piece because no matter what, you'll get 2 die. But at least you use block.
Nope.
He doesn't agree with me.
Nope.
He wants to use block on the non-loner. That's why he's better than me. Oh, man.
And nothing happens. And he swears even harder. And he thinks about fouling with his
Foul.
kicker. And he does it. Here it goes. Kill the dirty player. Give him a taste of his medicine. I love those spiked heels. He does absolutely nothing. He tickles the goat who giggles softly in his sleep. And then everybody goes off the field for halftime. So,
Not everybody.
yeah,
Yeah,
luck.
Sathalicious. It has been absolutely brutal. The KOs do get up, so that's something.
yeah, that is definitely something. There's 7 Dark Elves now. And, fortunately you don't get morale penalties in this game because seeing half their team dead or dying on the sideline has got to be demoralizing, even for Dark Elves. They're not Noblars. They at least have fear for their own safety.
If there was morale checks, these hyper control teams would be even scarier.
You're right.
Let's just be honest.
They'll control your troops until they run away.
Yeah. So what we're seeing is we're going to stack the line to make it so that way you can't even take a hit on the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, that's...
Unless you heavily invest.
I mean, the elves don't have any guard anymore, so that is absolutely what you do. Yeah. Yes, McMackey, the Dark Elves are being controlled. They've been controlled to 2 MNGs and a dead...
3.
Oh, 3 MNGs?
Yeah, the Witch Elf was also MNG.
Oh, great. So we have an MNG Witch, we have an MNG'd Guard, and we have an MNG'd...
Agility 5.
Oh, yeah. So, that's bad. And then this guy here, dying. Beautiful, beautiful palm jump up blitzer. I would love to
But
have
it
this
isn't-
guy on my team. But now
But
he's
it isn't
dead.
all terrible. There's a badly hurt on the lineman, so you're fine.
Yeah.
Rarar's fine.
You get your lineman back next game. And
Ravers
then
is
let's
coming
look
in
at the
sports.
Chaos Kaz box. And then we can move up to their KO box.
Yeah, so as you can see, I don't know how James Typhoon is going to win it at this point.
Yeah.
Like, all of his value is over there. Look at that death floor being on the sideline.
Yeah, that smashed hand was because he tripped and fell on it. This dude right here, Liftier. That's why he's Agi 5. So he can trip and fall on his hand.
Well, he's Agility 5, that insinuates that he doesn't really do things with his hands as much as he does things with his legs, in my opinion.
Alright. Dark Elves setting up
Even though
as
it
far
was a 1
away.
in 36. That did it.
They don't want to get in this fight. They're setting up as far away from this wodge of strength in the center here as possible.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to try to just rush down the left-hand side, get a touchdown, and see what happens.
Yeah,
And
I
that's
mean,
about all you can do.
Yeah, you try to score before they kill you. And this is when you need something to go in your favor. Like this kick. This is a good kick for the Dark Elves.
Changing whether it's nice. At least it's not a blitz. I've seen that happen.
Yeah.
To kick people in the teeth.
Absolutely. But I mean, like, this is a decent kick. They can pick up that ball and get it safe for at least 1 turn. They can set up some kind of play. I mean, they're not going to have enough scoring threats and they're not going to have enough screen, but they only have 7 players. So what else are they going to do? And I admire them for trying. Because these are scary chaos. I would not want these guys trying to eat my face. I mean, I can see
No,
this
I would
this
not.
kicker comes around and blitzes the goat, and then this blodge step. All right, the blodge step maybe hits the goat, but blodge step is going to be the receiving
He might
scoring
use
threat.
the Witch Elf to hit the goat. Get something of a removal. Yeah, you're going to be dodging against tackle if you don't
Yeah,
get the
that's not
knockdown,
terrible.
but it's something.
You're right.
We
Here
are
we go, and we get him.
You're hoping for bolt down. Take that.
Yeah, but an armor break is nice.
You wish it was more.
You always do, but I mean, the stun is really all you need if you're gonna pull this score off. There we go. Now we can shield that, and we get the plus movement bludge step blitzer up in there.
You almost have to do one GFI to get in front of it more. Get in front of this play more.
We'll see.
Rar disagrees with me, and I can't really talk much about it since he went 12-0-1, and I didn't.
And we get the ball. We are going to pass it off. We get a 1 that is brutal.
All
That's
right, can I
why
just say I hate this reroll? Why are you doing it? Blah blah blah. You need this for.
you
teams
have to
win
reroll
game.
this. If you
Yeah.
fail this, you're in serious trouble. All right, good. And he catches it. Good. All right. So now the Dark Elves can breathe again, and probably clean their pants a little bit. And we're off on a semi-potato on the left-hand side here. We're in scoring range, and they can't really hit him directly, but they can easily get in his way.
No, they could hit him. It'd be 2 GFIs and a dodge, but you can get a 2 die on him.
You're right, with Agi Goat.
Mm-hmm.
Man, agility 4 goats are disgusting.
Yeah.
Goats with stat ups are just scary. The movement ones are the least scary, but strength and agility make them into
No,
monsters.
no. The movement up ones are the scary ones that just haven't reached full form yet, because those are the ones that you give frenzy to.
Oh yeah.
So it's a movement 7 frenzy piece.
It's a witch elf.
Yeah. But it blitzes on strength 4, so it's not a witch elf.
It's one of these two.
It's one of these two, but
They feed them
It's-
different wherever the Brohawks come from. The night elf, the Warhammer night elves.
yeah. So we're not going to go for the blitz. It looks like we're probably going to go after the strength.
No, we're
not
gonna hit
strength,
the witch.
86. I
Yeah.
mean the ball. is what I meant to say.
Oh, no dice on that. He lives another day. He didn't just get up in order to die again. I always feel bad when a piece gets up from KO and then immediately eats it.
It's just like he just woke up. It's better than not waking up at all. It always could be worse.
Well, I mean, if they get up and then immediately die, I kind of would have rather that they had just stayed KO'd for the rest of the game and not died.
Why don't you just stop making sense like that?
All right, so we are going to get very in front and give the elves the option of trying to make some kind of witch play to clear a spot with a blitz. 'Cause that's how I see this going down. Now it's going to be more difficult, but she's got plenty of movement. I mean, you do put
Yeah, the witch
tackle on
elf
her, but she can still...
Could do something.
She can make a hole for the ball.
The ball can just score.
Well, at this moment, yes. I assume that Agi 4 is going to get over to the left-hand side, but she'll be able to hit him. I assume that this agility 4 goat in the middle is going to come around to get in front. I mean, or he could make 2 GFIs there instead. I'm not really sure where this Agi goat is going.
His GFIs have been on point, I must add.
Yeah, nothing like not falling down. I wonder if these Dark Elves know how that feels. Never mind. No, you don't
All right.
reroll that. Not in the second half of overtime format when it looks like you might go to overtime.
No, he's trying to win it in regulation. So use the Witch Elf. You can surf the player, or if you don't surf him, at least get knocked down. Yeah,
Or
the
you
best
could just
reroll here. Watch it be
fail
another one in 36 because
Oh
that's
my
how
God.
Rockers going.
No, she makes it. All right, good. We're gonna surf this goat. There's the push.
You can just take the knockdown. Like,
Yeah,
it's almost riskier to risk another 1 in 36.
yeah. And that was what he was thinking, and he agrees with you. So now we're going to see him score. I doubt you throw any other dice here. Nothing is nearly as important as this score. All right, and now you have 7 elves to defend against chaos or go to overtime, and those are both terrifying prospects. But excellent. I love it. Prime dark elfing there. Everything you want to see.
As much as people want to hate on rerolls being used in overtime format, if RAR didn't do that, it wouldn't be a game at all.
Yeah, no, it would have just been over.
5 dead and injured.
Oh man, that Kaz box is just, it hurts my heart.
Hey, on the bright side, you have 3 unskilled linemen to feed the hyper control chaos.
Yeah, I know, but like you also kind of need to keep all of your 7 players around if at all possible.
It's true, but you can feed not positionals to that line of scrimmage, is what I'm trying to get at.
He's taken up what I like to think of as the spoon formation, where he's going to feed his elves directly into the teeth of these chaos players, and they're all going to die. So stick with me and watch more elves get brutally murdered.
So when are your elves going to get brutally murdered? Because they're watching this. They're watching the game film.
Season 12. Whenever Season 12 starts.
And then how can you sign up for Season 12?
I already did, but you can, if you haven't. If you go to Reddit and you look at the post there, or you go to the REBBL Discord in the announcements, or maybe if somebody wants to paste a link of it into my chat, that would be cool too. Then you can be one of those signups that you see in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen.
So let me find it first and foremost, and I'll do that.
Alright, so we are kicking. That's a really, really bad kick, and it may even be a touchback. And changing weather nice makes it even scarier, and it goes out. Oh, the Dark Elves just cannot get anything to go their way.
No. But if you wanted to have brutally murdered elves, sign up here.
Yes! Come join the bloodbath with us. Normally this doesn't happen, but the playoffs tend to be quite well, who am I kidding? I mean, elves get killed all the time.
Elves get killed all the time. The thing is, with REBBL being a longer season, there's more and more chaos teams building up to that like massive claw bomb.
Yeah, then they kill each other. They can all
kill each other.
Eat each other. I've seen a lot of dead Nurgle. Ooh, yeah. All right, we're piling on this Dark Elf like nobody matters. Cyrodiil is injured. Goodbye. Thank you for your service. Maybe you'll get SPP in the next game.
He has 2 linemen that are going to be there next game.
Oh, goodness
Not just
gracious.
1, but 2.
Yeah. And we're just feeding SPP to these chaos at this point.
That's already a legend piece, so it's fine.
Yeah, well, I mean, isn't there like a competition for who can have the most SPP on a single player?
Probably.
If there isn't, there should be. If anything, just to give people a reason to kill these guys.
Double pals on Gaynus.
Oh, dear. Oh, that's not a good thing.
Okay, it's just
Alright, he's
KO.
safe.
Kind of.
He'll be fine.
Ish. He's safe-ish.
Just he'll be smart and not roll to get up. I mean, he doesn't have a babe or anything, so he'll just. Oh, I don't know, Incesticide. You just missed. You just missed a bunch of Dark Elves being murdered. I can't not. Yeah.
You missed some hyper control. We should actually view this from the offensive point of view.
Yeah.
So
hey, XS.
the good habits.
I don't. I mean, like, I can't really. Can we have like someone play a dirge? Yeah. So there's 2 badly hurt linemen. There's this guy who fell on his hand and is now missed next game. This guy who got punched and is mixed next game. This guy who got punched and died. The Apo, of course, being used to try to save this guy from the hand he fell on and not working. And now we just took Gaynus out with a KO. The Dark Elves now thinking about why exactly it is they signed up to play this stupid game. And
yeah, about now is when you're just like, why do I play Blood Bowl?
Yeah. I know that
we have those moments in certain games. as I'm grabbing a blanket because I have to cuddle myself, or else I'll have PTSD from my most recent game against a hyper control team.
I mean, to be honest, Incesticide, he didn't really do anything that I thought was ill-advised.
I thought he played it really well. It's just
he got
1 in
foiled by
36s.
he got foiled by 2 different snakes, and some other shenanigans, and he's just been plagued by bad luck. This is one of those every
Jana?
hit removes.
My room is like a cool 70 degrees. It's perfect. Yeah, but I thought Rara played it well. It's just he was hemorrhaging players at an insane rate.
He can't see the computer through the tears right now. He's having a hard time taking his turn, and I don't really blame him. Some naughty words might be being said out loud.
Maybe he's taking a bit of a break here, going to his bar, pouring himself a triple of whatever his favorite liquor is, and not giving himself anything else. Just drinking straight booze and just saying, "All right, this should be okay."
I mean, this is when the witch elf would take out her
Incesticide,
frenzy
no.
poison. No, he didn't. Like I said, he didn't do anything that I thought was ill-advised. He based a reasonable amount. His problem was just failing things that were really unlikely to fail, and getting horribly stomped on for it. It was just brutal. Oh, witch elf revenge, just a stun. That's not what she wanted.
That's not
to see.
revenge. That's kind of just like, oh, they're just being mean to me a little bit.
Flint the Second, of course, the bastard that killed the killer, the beautiful palm jump up dark elf.
Hey! Don't forget what he did first action of the game where he badly hurt Haslin.
I already forgot who that was.
That was the lineman that safe.
Right, why does he have a name? Lineman, whatever, who cares about them? That's the Dark Elf. Oh, alright, so the Dark Elves are valiantly trying to get in the way. I wouldn't have blamed them for running away at this point, but they are going for it. Let's see if they get... I was expecting that to be a blitz.
No, he's trying to blitz with Shawnee, so that way Shawnee can get to Legend because he is at 163 at this point.
So he really wants piling on.
Yes, that is the AV6 switch that is on the field. I'm glad you noticed, Incesticide.
Yeah, she got KO'd, so she missed the death wave. She came back just after it seceded.
Yeah, so the heat wave that is striking Canada and Stake Mittens does not really affect her. It's the death wave that she worries about.
Here we go, Shawnee. Get the POW. Can you kill him? No, you cannot. You're never going to get to Legend that way.
Shawnee, you're not controlling enough. You're supposed to break his arm on the way down, so that way you get SPP.
Well, you'll be happy to know, Incesticide, that those Menace Witches are both still alive, although one of them is missing the next game. She got punched in the jaw. But that just makes her angry when she comes back.
2-1.
Oh dear.
Never punished again with the Witch Elf Blitz.
Ah.
That's 2-1.
I mean, except that now his Witch Elf is deep inside the enemy formation and she's gonna die.
Well, I say never punished when the Witch Elf did get MNG'd on the next play.
And he's
That
like, now what
witch
do I
did
do
it.
with this guy? Yeah, there you go. Still no armor breaks. Nuffle clearly not believing that these Dark Elves are worthy of any blessings at all. I have a feeling that Witch Elf is going to be in trouble.
Oh yeah, Incesticide, I think he might be going up to the 3s. I don't know how promotion works now.
Yeah, it's still top couple go up, top couple go down.
Well,
Depending on how high you are,
from
how
the
many
fours,
slots there are.
you can't really go down. You just get into a different 4 division.
Yeah, he's going up. I would be shocked if he did.
Well, if his team survives and if he decides that it's worth playing this game anymore.
I would. His team is still pretty good, just considering the players that are still alive.
Yeah, but it's just one of those games that's frustrating.
Absolutely. But you console yourself by remembering that you still have both witches. Oh, Jesus. Just leave
Shawnee.
these elves alone.
No, Shawnee did what I told him to do. He broke his arm on the way down.
Shawnee badly hurts the kicker, although I doubt that's going to matter because you're going to be receiving any balls that are kicked at this point, if there are any. This witch is going to get herself controlled into a pile of goo. At this point, you'd even seriously consider hitting with the ball carrier just to show dominance.
And then this is a juicy 3-die. Dokken, remember, you break the arm on the way down.
Oh, God. Oh, my God.
I did not say
And-
to kill him.
He broke his arm off on the way down. Well, that's another rookie lineman off the pitch. So the cast box is now full. This unconscious blitzer here is probably going to feel really uncomfortable if they start piling bodies next to him. this
How
is.
feel
This
uncomfortable
is-
if he's unconscious.
I'm
That's
sorry,
why-
you guys. I promise that someday I will cast a game that isn't just a bunch of people being murdered by chaos.
Oh my gosh.
That day is not today.
No, this is hyper control chaos,
Yeah.
Magtusk.
Those are look at how well controlled those elves are. None of them are doing anything.
Yeah, look at this 11. Like, this is a
Oh.
trim 11-man team that has hyper controlled the pitch. Look at the elves. They can't do anything.
Oh dear. I'm really sorry about this, everyone. So now I guess. Wow, we just dodged. All right. I had to punch the witch before making that dodge.
No, he didn't want to risk doing anything that can leave it open. I think I would like just the dodge out, secure the ball.
Yeah. Okay.
You keep the witch pinned against tackle.
Yeah. Everybody here is in trouble. So.
Well, you could use the witch to hit the dirty player, which you do.
Yeah. Honestly, Seth, where this all went wrong, there were a couple of times when Rarar snaked with people still in contact, and they just got brutalized. And he did
Yeah.
the best that he could. With chaos like this, they base everybody, and then they just eat anybody left behind when someone fails something. You just hope. There's a lot of hope.
Yeah, so essentially what went wrong for the elves was I don't even think that they based too much. I thought their turn ordering in general was phenomenal.
Yes, I agree with both of those things. It just
Their
bad stuff
I thought
happens.
the decisions that they made was phenomenal as well. It's just when they got hit, they broke.
Yeah, I
like,
mean, like this
You
is
can't really contend with bad armor dice.
this is how many armor breaks there have been. It's just like there have been like maybe a very small
couple
number
of
of
stuns,
stuns, but all of
it's
the
been
armor breaks have ended up
breaking.
in the Cas box. It's just
Mhm.
it's gross.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, he does have a good core. He's got the witches. He does have some guys over here who aren't dead. They're just having a nap. So he has a
No
lot to
hyper
recover
control.
with.
Onto the witch elf.
She's
Shawnee,
fine.
get better at the game.
Yeah, you're never gonna
Like-
make legend like that. We're telling you.
I already told you how you do it. You break their arm on the way down.
You need to give him instructions every time. He's a beast man.
Oh my gosh. Is he like an ogre that's really stupid?
Yes. All right, and
Okay.
he just gets punched by this rookie goat. We're teaching the rookie goat to kill. Right now, he's just really good at blocking.
Alright,
And-
so go. If you want SPP, what you do is you break their arm on the way down.
And just in case Ryan, the blitzer down here, thought that he had been forgotten, he gets a Chaos Warrior grinning at him.
He's just like, maybe they won't see me if I'm on the logo here.
Uh-huh. It's worked before.
Not this time.
No, not this time. All right, so how do the 3 Dark Elves respond to this situation? I
But-
would advise running away.
Yeah. Luke, the team is still relatively healthy. Well, not healthy for week 1, but it's relatively healthy.
Yeah, he'll be fine.
Like, he doesn't have the Palmer, which is a phenomenal piece that you're losing.
But he
so-
still has this guy, this level 6 blitzer who is quite good. And this Fen guy is going to be back, and the other Strength 4 Witch is going to be back. So you've got the 2 Strength 4 Witches and a couple of high-level players. You'll be fine with rookies.
Yeah, you can definitely go up to Division 2 with this team.
Yeah, the rest of the good players are just MNG and Cesticide. There haven't been any perms. Just like a whole ton of MNGs, the dead Palmer, and a dead lineman.
I'm actually... Oh, looks like we're going to go for a cage dive here. Why not?
I'm a big fan of cage dives. She
Not like
can't
that.
even make the first dodge.
Reroll, probably.
Of
Because you
course.
don't want Death Floor to get their due.
No, alright. She falls down and doesn't die. Well, that was a valiant effort. I admire always trying. I'm a big fan of that.
XS wants to see more control, and he wants to see a foul.
Yeah.
We'll see if James Typhoon feels the same way, or does he have this weird feeling of guilt?
No, yeah, I don't think that Chaos feel mercy. First, we're just gonna murder this Rhinian Blitzer. Oh. Alright, good. He's just a stun.
It's a KO. We might hyper control it to the Kaz box.
I don't see why. That would just be gratuitous. He's already a legend. It's not like he needs the SPP.
To prove a point.
Yeah.
Is why.
Yeah. Could just kill him. So do you foul the witch now since your dirty player is free and the ball is going to be safe?
I think you just surround it and just say, if you stand up, I'm gonna kill your players.
I kind of foul her, the AV6. I kind of do. And
We're surrounding her like we're gonna go for a foul.
yeah, no, this is definitely a foul.
We are going for a foul. Why don't you get that extra assist in there?
Don't need it.
Horrid play, James. Horrid. Never
And she's
punish.
KO'd.
Just never punch. James is playing so sloppy, not getting the extra assist in there.
I know, right? Why didn't you make it a 3+ instead of a 4+ on 2 dice?
No, it'd be a 2+ because of dirty player.
Oh, yeah. Alright, so the elves have been thoroughly controlled now. There is...
Incesticide, you are 100% correct in what you should do. I think he's trying to get to Shawnee. Because Shawnee is so close to Legend.
There is not a single elf standing at this moment. One elf, quite surrounded by Chaos Warriors who are grinning at him and pointing to their dead friends.
So if you just end turn, I expect there to be a foul because I think James wants to go for the pitch clear.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I would foul this on turn 15 100% of the time. I just move everybody in and then kick him in the head.
Yeah, you can't really go wrong with who you decide to level. I really think he wants the Legend on Shawnee, so that might be who we decide to do.
I think so. I would. Yeah.
We're going for the pitch clear, boys.
This is gonna be unpleasant. Oh, all right, maybe not.
He's making it so that way, if he tries to run away, there's gonna be Chaos Warriors wherever he goes.
Oh, he's toying with his mind. I love it. Now he's gonna foul, right? Yeah. Please. Please.
No?
Come on.
No pitch clear!
Oh, James, you let us down at the very last second. Oh.
Man, I had pitch clear on my bingo card.
Oh. Now they're
Well,
exchanging good
commiserations
games.
to Rarar. I thought you played a phenomenal game.
The dice
just-
betrayed you at the wrong moments.
Yeah.
And congratulations, James Typhoon, proving yet again that Control Chaos is a valid strategy and representing the Big O to what should hopefully be an interesting future confrontation.
Yeah, so the Big O are still searching for their first ever Super Bowl win. So we'll see if they can get to it.
Seems like
I
this
think It's
definitely...
a great shot at getting to be the first ever winner from the Big O.
All right,
As we
so
see-
a living elf gets the MVP, so that's at least a good thing. And the dirty player with kick gets SPP, and he's the last player you want to get SPP. So these things happen, but good luck in the rest of the playoffs to the one true path. And My heart bleeds for you, Rar. The Night Elf Brohawks will recover for next season, I hope, but it will take a little rebuilding. Thank you, everybody, for coming by. Thank you, True Blue, for joining me for this cast. It's been a lot of fun.
For casting that snuff film, we're
Yeah.
getting good at it.
Yeah, I know. If anybody wants to murder somebody on film and have us narrate it, just let us know and we'll tune in because apparently we're good at this sort of thing. Let me see if there's any other kind of playoff games happening right now that are being cast or anything.
There's no playoff games, but there should be. I'm pretty sure, hopefully, a Greenhorn game or two live. We see Rebel Clan, Unseen Walker.
Yeah. All right. I don't actually. So let's go visit them. All right. So thank you everybody again for joining us. We'll see you soon, I'm sure. And let's send you off to Unseen Walker. Always my pleasure to cast these games. And True Blue, it's always fun working with you.
It's always fun. We're like I said, we're getting good at this kindergarten class of narrating snuff films.
Yeah, it's kind of a disturbing niche.
I don't think we're gonna get many job opportunities after this one.
All right, and we are off. Wow, Jesus, that was just
Holy fuck!
that was even worse than Wolf Bark.
Holy fuck!
Oh, you just didn't want this kind of smut on your channel. That's why you dumped this game to me.
No, actually, my PC. Like I've been using my brother's PC